When I first ever Snapchatted you, first time, you left me on red.
I didn't leave you on red. I left you on delivered. Get it right. Okay. I left you on delivered.
Sorry, it's not that much better. You're tripping. The Instagram story like does not mean that much.
Yes, it does.
What? That's insane to say. Maybe a Snapchat story reply, but not Instagram.
Yes, an Instagram like, yes.
Welcome back to the Dating Diner. I'm Parker Panel.
I'm Sarah Coomer.
And thank you so much for joining us every single Friday.
And we're matching.
We are. That was unintentional too.
I love matching.
I know. I feel like we should do this for more episodes.
Well, we do it in person pretty often. Like, I feel like I'm always like, can we match?
It's because you're so big into those like couple photos.
And I love it. And then I like go into your closet and I pick out an outfit for you.
That's what Sarah always does.
That is what I always do.
Well, today's going to be a really fun episode. Of course, it always is. We're trying to play around a little bit with formats and we're learning. We're still new to the podcast world. So if you like when we play games, comment down below. If you like when we do the hotline, comment down below. Today, we're not going to be doing any games, but we do have a really great hotline at the end. For now, what is our episode about, Sarah?
Today, we're talking about a topic that every single one of you has either experienced or done. And that is flirting.
Oh, I thought you were going to say take poops.
Oh.
I mean, we've all done that too, right?
Not me. I'm a girl.
That's a good question. Do girls poop?
No.
Do you mean that?
Yes, of course.
Like with all of your heart?
Yes.
You're lying to me.
I'm not.
Put that on our relationship. That's what I thought.
Girls don't poop. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this topic because we were together recently and this guy like started hitting on me and Parker was literally there. I don't know. I feel like it's blatantly obvious that I have a boyfriend and it just got me thinking about flirting and like how people flirt, how to know if somebody's flirting, how boys flirt versus how girls flirt. And
you know, that's happened to you a lot of times, though, with me there. What was the other one? We were at a country music festival.
Oh, yeah. We were at a country line dancing bar. And we were, Parker and I were literally standing right next to each other. And a man comes up to me and is like, has anybody told you you're the most beautiful girl in this bar? And I said, yeah, my boyfriend.
I have many times. That's what happens when you're dating a supermodel.
And they get mad. Boys get mad. If you like turn them down, I think it's like an ego thing. Like he was like, oh, whatever, and like stormed off.
It is, but it's also just really awkward too. I mean, what do? You just walk away. You say, okay, no problem. See, like, how do you handle rejection?
That's true. I mean, I didn't reject you.
Yeah, you did not reject me. And I had pretty unbeatable Rizz.
How did you Rizz me?
Ooh, I love that we're using Gen Z terms. Rizz. I Rizz.
You know, actually, the word Rizz is the first word that made me feel old.
Wait, how?
It was the first word that, like, I saw kids using on TikTok, and I was like, what does that mean?
It's so stupid sounding, too. Like, Rizz, like, there's a million other words we could use for flirting.
But anyways... Yeah, how did you Rizz me?
I Rizzed you pretty good. I Rizzed you out.
I think I Rizzed you pretty good, but you go first.
You had absolutely no Rizz. Your Rizz was like, okay, here I am. You want me or no?
That is not what it was.
Bro, you literally were...
No, you tell how you Rizzed me.
Okay, I Rizzed you by playing... Okay, here's a thing that I would do a lot when I was back in my single days. I would make myself look absolutely perfect. Like, this is real toxic man behavior, but the best way to Rizz a woman is to make yourself look like the best man in the entire world. What I would do, I would open your doors, I would pay for your meals, I would tie your shoelaces, I would, fix your hair, I'd say yes ma'am around other ladies or yes sir, so you thought that I was a distinguished gentleman.
I will say, for the men out there, the first night that Parker and I ever hung out, literally the first time we ever hung out, it was like at a party at his house. Like he threw a party at his house. And at the end of the night, he walked me out to my car, which was not close. Like there was a lot of people there. I was parked down the street. He left his party at his house, walked me down the street and opened my car door. And that I never forgot. I was like, oh, wow, that really stuck out to me.
That's my point exactly. It's the little gentleman things that are the reason.
But you're telling me it was just an all-in act.
Not exactly. Because if you recall, we started dating and for the first, 6 months to a year, I always still held your door open. Now, I still do every once in a while. Okay, I still do every once in a while, but now I feel like we're always in such a rush because my time management skills are horrible. And I'm like, all right, just get in the car. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But I'm still a gentleman, right?
I don't matter no more.
But I'm still a gentleman.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you Rizz me?
See, this is the difference between like boys and girls. Because I think when girls are trying to flirt, the girls kind of make it, they're like, oh, I hate you. Oh, I could beat you in a race. That's what I did. We were in the pool.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're so slow. I could beat you in a race. I knew he was going to beat me. I fully was aware that he was going to beat me. But I feel like girls like to like tease and make like be like, oh, I hate you and I'm faster than you. And I feel like that's how girls like, you're the worst.
Yeah, girls do that, and it works. It works too, because men love to like assert their dominance, and be like, "Yeah, I'm faster than you, or I'm stronger than you."
That's how we
let's
did.
Arm wrestle.
We were at a pool party, and my way of getting Parker's attention. This is so stupid, but like everybody was in the pool. He didn't tell me it was a pool party. I didn't know. So I get there, everybody's swimming. I'm like, well, dang. I didn't know this was a pool party, so I jumped in with my clothes on. I was like, that'll get his attention, and it worked. Because then he got in the pool with me, and then I was like, I'm faster than you. I could beat you in a race. And then we raced, and then obviously I lost.
You lost, yeah, pretty badly too. It wasn't even anywhere close. But in today's modern age, I mean, these people are dating and rizzing in such different ways than back when you and I were dating.
That was only a couple of years ago.
I was just seeing if you were listening. I know, it's like literally 2.5 years ago.
It's not that different.
That's what my parents say all the time. Like, oh, back in my day, we only used farmersonly.com. No, but for real though, like people, like the way that people Rizz each other now is through Instagram DM or, YouTube Shorts or like Snapchat, right? Like, that's how it is. And back in the 80s when you and I were, first talking.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Bruh.
It just wasn't like that. And now you got the dating apps and all that. And so I guess.
Have you ever been on a dating app?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. I have been on a dating app. Yeah. Why? Why the reaction?
Because it's fine. I haven't.
Okay, I do have a defense for this though. I never dated anyone because of the dating app. It was Hinge, and I was like, you know what? I'm single. Let's try to meet some people in LA. And so,
did you meet some people in LA?
I ended up meeting with one girl, and maybe two. I think just one. And then I never dated her or anything.
Actually makes me want to pull my hair out.
I'm sorry. I mean, all my boys were doing it. They're like, dude, you guys got to go Hinge farming. Do you know what Hinge farming is?
No.
Oh, it's when like a bunch of dudes get together all at one time and they just swipe Hinge together and they show each other. They're like, oh, what do you think about this girl? What do you think about this girl? And you just literally farm Hinge all day long.
That is despicable.
I mean, that's the best way to get women nowadays.
Oh my God. How do you know?
I have friends that are single.
Oh my gosh. I'm actually sick to my stomach. Have you ever like misread the vibe though? Has somebody ever like you thought was flirting to you and then you like started flirting back, but it turns out like they were just trying to be nice?
Yeah. I kind of did because, like I said, that was kind of part of my Rizz. I was gonna act like a really great guy and just a really good friend. Check in on you at night, make sure you're doing well, and then I was trying to be a good friend. Toxic behavior, and I never wanted anything more. But the girl fell in love because of that.
Oh. I feel like I'm always the opposite. I always think guys are just being friendly to me, but they're actually flirting with me.
So, like, when?
Like, I don't know. Sometimes, like, I'll be with, like a guy that, like, I'm friends with or you're friends with or whatever, and, like, they'll be, like, intentionally just really talking to me or, like, trying to, like, like, touch at me. Like, oh, we're just talking and like, let me just touch your waist really quick. And in my head, I'm like, they obviously know I'm with Parker, so like, they're not flirting with me.
But before you were with me, though, what were the dead giveaways that someone was flirting?
Always touching. Always. Boys just like, their way of flirting is like subtly touching your waist or touching your leg or like putting their arm around you or like brushing your hands together. Like, that was always like That happened to me so many times. I can't even tell you. I had a guy friend, like we were good friends for a long time. And then one time we were in a car together and we were sitting next to each other and he just casually puts his hand on my leg. And I'm like,
yeah,
no,
it's like, not this again.
No.
We had something so good and then you ruined it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think there's many times when the unbeatable Rizz, as the kids would say nowadays, you know, the youngins, it is like the arm wrestles, like I talked about earlier. It's the little like hand games. It's the
hand games.
Right. I don't know what I mean by that, but like, I don't know, like patty cake or something like that, because there's physical contact in patty cake.
But I feel like flirting, like you said, has changed so much because of social media and like the internet.
Right.
Like I feel like there's a whole nother etiquette of flirting that's just online.
What do you mean?
Like when you kind of have interest in a guy and then he likes your Instagram story.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
Liking someone's Instagram story does not mean that you're flirting.
That's actually ridiculous, and every single person is going to disagree with you, because liking somebody's, like, if it's just like a friend, sure, but like if you like somebody and they like your Instagram story, they are flirting with you.
You're tripping. The Instagram story like does not mean that much.
Yes, it does.
What? That's insane to say. Maybe a Snapchat story reply, but not Instagram.
Yes, an Instagram like. Yes, an Instagram story like.
When did you become so well versed in the flirting
I mean,
world?
it's just very common knowledge.
I completely disagree.
Well, then you're an old person.
I know the boys out there got me. A story like does not mean that much. Are you kidding me?
Yes, it does.
Bro, we could literally go back and forth about this all day long. It does. I like people's story all the time. I like girl stories.
Don't do that anymore.
What? That shouldn't be a crime.
Yes, it should.
You're serious?
Are you?
Yeah?
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Okay, let me preface that. When I like someone's story, it's not because I'm like, oh, they look good. No, because that would be wrong. It's when I see something that they're doing that is pretty cool. Like if my friend is at amusement park and I really like that amusement park. Oh, I like that, right? My manager, he was in Japan.
Okay. But what if a girl is like posting like a mirror selfie?
Then no, I'm not liking that.
If a guy likes that, he is flirting.
I just can't agree.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so use the exact same mindset.
Okay, what about
hold on, use the exact same mindset and put it to an Instagram photo. If I like someone's Instagram photo, is that flirting?
Yes.
Nobody's gonna agree with you.
It depends on the photo. If it's like a girl in her bikini, like sticking her butt out,
sure,
and you like it, yes.
Sure, yes, but what about for the photos that aren't the bikinis?
No.
Okay, so we find some sort of common ground.
But I'm mostly talking about like a thirst trap. And if you like it, boom, you're flirting.
Okay, we could literally go on and on about this for ages, but at a certain point, you and I just have to stop. Because you and I love to argue about certain things, and we could literally do the next 60 minutes.
What about like a story reply, though? Like, what about like you know, like the emoji story replies on
Yes.
Like what if you do an emoji story reply with like fire or like hard eyes?
Is that flirting?
Yes.
Yes, obviously.
That's obviously flirting.
Yeah, but a story like is not.
Okay, I disagree, but whatever. I also think that another way people Rizz like online, I hate saying that word, Rizz, is like waiting 2 minutes. 2 minutes exactly to respond to a message.
Oh, I hate when people do that because
really,
but it's true though. I mean, I think those extra 2 minutes really do make a difference.
You do?
Yeah.
You don't think it's like just stupid?
2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If the girl responds in 15 minutes, you best believe I'm going to respond in 30.
But what I always wondered was like, whenever like I would like Snapchat people or whatever, like if I'm just sitting in my bed, right? Snapchatting you, and you're just sitting in your bed Snapchatting me, obviously you're not doing anything else. Like, I don't think that you're busy. I don't think that you're like doing something else so that you're not like so worried about texting me.
But I don't think that's the goal. I think the goal is to showcase to the significant other that they are not your priority. I mean, why should they be? You're just flirting with them. Why are they your number one priority?
I guess I can't even make that face because I did that. I would never respond to somebody before the 2-minute mark. And I couldn't wait, though. I'm not a very patient person. So right when it said 2 minutes, I would open it.
Well, since we're talking about this, should we go ahead and address the elephant in the room?
What?
When I first ever Snapchatted you, first time, you left me on red.
I didn't leave you on red. I left you on delivered. Get it right. Okay. I left you on delivered.
Sorry, it's not that much better. Okay, well then tell me, what's worse? Would you rather be left on delivered or left on red?
Delivered is better than red, and I stand by that.
I completely disagree. I would rather you at least open my message, see how good I be looking.
Oh my gosh. No. It's better because then I saw how good you be looking, and I decided to not answer.
You know how
in the other world, I just never saw your message.
Okay, and you never saw my message. You left me on delivered.
I used to be the queen. Actually, I still am. I used to be the queen of leaving people on delivered.
I thought you were just about to say that you were just the queen. I used to be the queen. Actually,
no,
I'm still the queen.
No, I used to be the queen of leaving people on delivered. Now I'm more of the queen of leaving people undelivered, but not intentionally. I just don't go on Snapchat. But like then if I didn't really like know you, I just left you undelivered.
I remember snapping you in my room, and I probably took that photo 5 different times. Realistically,
are you being serious?
I'm so serious. Like I definitely fixed my hair. I was good.
Okay, so Parker and I met on spring break, like in passing on the street. We had like maybe a 5-minute conversation. You went home and were thinking about me. And we're like, let me snap this girl.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we don't got to get that deep into our past. But, with the modern day Rizz, as we've talked about, we got Instagram DMs. And that is a whole nother beast to tackle. I've slid into a couple DMs. You probably have too.
See,
Have you slid in DMs?
I don't think I have. I've had my DMs slid into.
Yeah, by some celebrities.
Like who?
Remember the really rich guy from Houston's son?
Oh, yeah.
Fertitta?
Yes.
Yeah, he slid in her DMs. And
Jason Derulo was in my DM.
Jason Derulo, who else?
I don't even know. I don't answer.
Let me see.
Like I don't even check my DM.
It'll pop up first if it's a really big celebrity, so hold on. Ew. Why do you have nobody?
Did you say ew?
Yeah, I really want to see some famous people up in here.
I don't have any.
But you had Jason Derulo.
Oh, who was it? Oh my gosh. Who was it that was DMing me? I think it was Cameron Dallas.
Yes. And you know who else? The old TikToker, Mark. The guy who lived at your apartment complex in Florida.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It's Mark. Yes, pull up a photo of him right now. It's Mark.
Yes, but he was more so just asking if we like lived in the same complex.
Get out of my girl's DMs.
He wasn't really doing anything crazy.
Sure he would have.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure he would have.
But I think for girls, first of all, I think girls like it better if a guy asks for your number rather than just like DMing you. Like at a certain point, you can't keep DMing.
Oh, you know what's funny? One time I went up to a girl on the beach, random girl, and I was like, hey, can I get your Snapchat? And the girl looked at me and went, no. But do you want my number?
Oh my God. That's a queen move right there, because what are we, 12?
Well, I then asked her, I was like, how old are you, right? Because she was young enough for where I could ask. And she said she was like 26 and she just graduated like college or something.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so definitely not the right person to ask for their Snapchat.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
That's funny. No, but I think girls would definitely prefer, especially once you hit a certain age, it's like, no, you can't have my Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat's pretty childish, for sure.
And even DMs, it's like, okay, maybe the first few messages you can DM me, but you could only DM for so long before it's like, okay, can I have your number?
Right, but those first 3 messages, those are important.
Those are important. I think if guys do this, it's cringy. If girls do it, it's not cringy. Adding like multiple like letters onto a word like hey with 4 Y's.
Those 4 Y's mean something.
They mean something.
I swear, if you do 1 Y, it's like hey,
I don't
like
care.
Casual.
Yeah, no. Hey with okay. There's a pyramid.
Okay, tell me.
The bottom of the pyramid is hey, period, or hello.
Then you're angry.
Then it's I don't like you.
Right. Exactly.
Then we're friends is like, hi.
Okay. Wait, but say that in hey though. Like, so it'd be hey.
Hey.
With how many Y's?
2.
Okay, and then
2 is like we're friends.
Right.
Then top tier is like, hey.
With like how many Y's?
With like so many Y's.
Like 6 Y's?
Yes.
That's so ridiculous.
If you text me with a WYD, it better be W. Wait, how's it go?
I don't know.
If I text you WYD, you better not hit me with a HEY. It better be like, hi, with a bunch of I's. Or hey,
what are you? Who is this?
With a bunch of Y's.
Is this Jason Derulo? That's how he slid in your DM?
No, it's Kanye.
Oh, well, yeah, it's so stupid.
Oh, that's what it is. If I hit you with a WYD.
Okay, all right. That's what's so stupid, though. If you talk to old people and you're like, hey, when you guys were flirting back in the day, were you sending hey with multiple different Y's on your carrier pigeon?
Oh, my gosh.
Like, no. Like, it's so dumb that we have to worry so much about the Y's or the I's or the WYDs with how many D's.
Yeah.
Why is that how our generation
I don't like
flirts?
WYD. I also don't like WYD. Don't you ever text me WYD.
Because you know what's better? It's a what you doing with a U.
No, don't like that either.
What?
It's just like, you're trying so hard. Like, why are you saying WYD? And also, what am I supposed to say to that?
Okay, so what's the best way to slide into someone's DMs?
Not a pickup line. Don't ever slide in with a pickup line. You will not get a response. I promise you.
Okay.
I think probably like if you have like a mutual friend or something, like you have to have a reason. You can't just say, hey. You have to be like, hey, like I'm friends with so-and-so. And like they told me you're like super cool. So I just wanted to reach out. Like you're really pretty. And maybe like send a picture.
That's... I guess maybe you could do a picture, but in my opinion, I'm big into the pickup lines. I think pickup lines are fire.
No.
Oh, you know what's really good? You should send them one of their photos, right? Leave them guessing. Why is he sending him a photo? A couple minutes later, you're gonna say, "Thought you look cute." Unbeatable.
Wait, send them their own photo?
Send them their own photo.
Like send them their own post.
Yes.
That is the cringiest thing I have ever heard. If
What?
I got that DM, I would vomit in my mouth.
Oh my gosh. You know the best way to slide into someone's DMs? Send them a voice memo.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Unbeatable. Rizz.
I like that.
And I think a photo's good too.
I think a photo is good, but like you have to send in a message first because I will say, as a girl, sometimes you get unsolicited photos of things that you don't want to see. And if I were to just get a photo, because on Instagram, like if you send a photo, it just says like photo. Like you don't know what it is until you click on it.
Right.
So if I see photo, I'm probably not going to open it because it's probably something that I don't want to see.
Yeah, no, I agree. You're right. I think it's kind of funny. We haven't really talked about how neither one of us are drinking our milkshakes.
Guys, we keep having really old, gross milkshakes, okay? They're just here for the decoration for you all. But sometimes we have real ones. Sometimes we don't plan very well.
It's true, though. If you look at this, get like a very good close-up shot. Oh, it's very milky with no shaky.
No shaky.
No shaky. No! Oh, I just spilled it everywhere. Oh my gosh. That's a bummer. Now I have milk all over my pants. Please, continue.
Okay. I have a list of different ways to flirt with somebody, and we're going to decide whether we think they're cringy or if it's Rizz.
Pouring milk all over their body.
Cringe.
Rizz!
Yes. No. Okay. The first one is like the accidental touch of like, oh, we're laughing. Oh, I just so happened to touch your waist because we're just having such a good time.
Oh, that's for sure, Rizz.
I think it's Rizz too.
Yeah.
If I was like interested in a guy and he's just finding ways to like, you know, like touch my waist or touch my leg or touch my arm, it's like, that's good.
And that's the best way to do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is sending your Spotify playlist to the person you like.
I have never done that before.
I think it can be Rizz. If you're just doing it like unsolicited, there was one time this guy who I literally met like one time, he sent me a love song after we hung out one time, and he was like, this song reminds me of you.
Ew,
and it
no.
was like, it was disgusting.
But then did that become y'all's song?
No, I was like, you're gross, and I never talked to him again.
Oh, all right. Well, that wasn't
It was
nice.
like some weird, so it was like Supernova, Champagne Supernova. That's what it's called. Champagne Supernova.
I don't know what that is.
He sends me this song called Champagne Supernova, and he's like, this reminds me of you. And I was like, we met once. Goodbye.
Are you sure they didn't send you WAP by Megan Thee Stallion? Okay, what else?
But the actual, like, if you're like hanging out and like one of you thinks it's like, oh, you have good music taste, and then it's like, I send you my playlist because you said that. That's kind of cute.
I guess. I think it's kind of cringe, but okay.
Okay. Using pet names really early on.
What do you mean pet names?
Pet names like babe, baby.
Cringe.
Not to call your friend out. I love your friend so much. He's a great guy. But we were with him the other day, and he was like texting this girl, and he had never even met the girl yet. He was fully still in like the texting phase, and he was calling her like honey.
Oh,
and I was like,
no, that's cringe.
Oh no.
Actually, Sarah and I set the stage like right before we started dating, and we said, listen, saying baby and babe needs to be banned.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not great. We do kind of say it a little bit.
But it's so cringy.
But not
like,
in the beginning. We waited till like a year into dating before we started saying that kind of stuff.
For sure. I just don't think you should say it at all. I think
You literally answered the phone yesterday to me. I was in the car with my parents, and you said, hey, baby.
Okay, don't expose me. I was trying to make myself look tough.
No, you literally called me baby yesterday.
Okay, well, this is awkward.
I think it's okay at a certain point, but early on, especially if you're just like flirting, no.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Okay, next. Over complimenting. Boys do this a lot. You're so beautiful. You're so hot.
No.
You have such beautiful eyes. I love your smile.
No, because you're giving the girl what they want,
It's
right?
too much.
I think a big part of Rizz is you have to spread out your compliments.
I agree.
Right? You have to give them you're beautiful within the first, first 20 minutes, and then maybe an hour later you can maybe say something about their outfit, but you shouldn't give two appearance-based compliments back to back.
Oh.
Right? Spread those appearance ones out and then sprinkle in some outfit ones. And then if the girl is not reciprocating compliments, she ain't your girl.
I feel like when girls flirt, they flirt more on like, I like your music taste, or like, oh, you're so funny, or oh, like, you are like good at this or that. I feel like guys are like, you're hot, you're beautiful. You like, it's more appearance based compliments.
That makes men look like horrible.
No, but
despicable
can you
humans.
agree? I
do agree, but it's funny how it's like the men are complimenting on the things that are just appearance wise, and then the female are talking about their personality.
I feel like it's kind of true.
Shows that the females are just better.
Okay, next. Oh gosh. I wrote this one for a reason.
Okay.
Commenting on somebody's Instagram post, something along the lines of, I picked these out, or you should have put them in the order that I said.
Cringe. Don't say that. No.
Funny coming from you.
What do you mean?
I was stalking a girl the other day that you used to talk to. Guess what I see in the comments of like an old post years ago? Guess what I see?
What?
I can't remember word for word, but it was something along the lines of, I picked these out. You should have posted the one I told you to post.
I said that? Oh.
Yeah, you did. So clearly it's not that cringy.
Oh. Can we cut these cameras?
No.
Or how does that work?
No.
Editor, can you just
No.
cut that part out? Okay. Moving on. This is pretty embarrassing for me because I didn't realize that I did that, especially when I just condemned it. I still think it's really cringy and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, true.
Yep, sorry.
Because then years later, your girlfriend is going to go back in time on Instagram and see that and want to actually puke and vomit everywhere.
Okay, all right. That's enough of that. Without any further ado.
Wait, I have one more.
Okay.
I used to pull this one out a lot.
Okay, tell me.
Is it a good one? It's like on Snapchat, you just like as an excuse to like send a mirror selfie, you'd be like, outfit check.
Oh.
Do you like my outfit? Outfit check.
Girls do that?
Yes, I did it to you all the time.
And
do you remember when we were talking? I went shopping in New York and I sent you a whole clothing haul, and you saved it in the chat.
I was just about to say that it was cringe.
Clothes haul, and I was like trying on all my clothes for you.
Wait, so girls just use that as an excuse to send a mirror selfie?
Absolutely.
But why are mirror selfies hot?
You tell me. You're the one that saves them.
I don't really think they are. I feel like just a regular selfie's better.
Well, you saved them in the chat, so.
Wow. I didn't realize the girls be doing all that. I thought it was kind of cringe, but I guess it's Rizz.
It's Rizz.
It's Rizz.
I think it's Rizz.
Okay, well, there has been a lot of tea that has been spilled.
True.
And a lot of milkshakes that have also been spilled. So without any further ado, one of our favorite parts of the Dating Diner is...
The Dating Diner Hotline.
Bum, ba, da, ba, ba, bum. If you don't know what it is, we have a Patreon where you can subscribe to us. And if you're lucky, you will get the chance to be on the hotline to tell us some of your craziest dating stories, ask us questions, anything you want to say, tell us.
All right, we have someone calling in right now.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, this is Ben.
Hey, Ben, it's Parker Panel and Sarah Coomer from the Dating Diner podcast.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Hey, we heard you had a crazy dating story that you wanted to share with us.
I do, indeed. I'm currently on a back road right now, so if I'm cut out, that's why.
Okay, we got ourselves a country boy. That's good. We need people like you.
What can I say?
Okay.
Okay, so we were dating for a while, for about 2 years, and it was great to start. Love at first sight kind of thing. Nothing crazy. And then we moved in together after about a year.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
We got you.
Okay. And then we moved in. And then I started to see some red flags. She was a liar, bad, and she would just get really, really angry. But those are not even the bad ones.
Okay, sure. Sarah does that.
We would get in a fight, right? Like a regular, most couples get into little arguments here and there. But what she would do was she would like fake a seizure whenever we got into a fight.
What?
And she was losing. She would start faking a seizure.
A seizure?
Yeah, she would like fall on the ground and start like shaking.
How did you know she was faking?
Well, I kind of just started like figuring it out after the first time because she didn't end up having to like have anything, like no medicine. I called the ambulance, and then they were like, "You're fine."
Oh?
They still took her in and like checked her out, but she was just completely fine. And then I called her sister and I asked her about it, and she said that there's just never been anything like that in the family, or she's never had a seizure or anything like that.
What?
And so I kind of just put two and together, and then immediately I stayed with her for a little bit longer, and she did it again, and then after that I broke up with her.
So this girl was trying to have a main character moment just for it to all be a facade.
Yes, exactly.
That
Exactly.
is crazy. That is a insane person that needs to go to a asylum.
So,
She needs help, yes.
so you broke up with her. Did you ever confront her? Ben?
I think we lost him.
Ben! No!
No!
Well, Jinx. Ben?
Oh, call failed.
Oh, well.
Ben's gone.
Ben's a country boy on the back roads.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's definitely not. I mean, I would be going through some trauma if I had to deal with that.
Poor Ben.
Oh my gosh, Benjamin, that's really insane. You guys have some wild stuff. So if you want to call into the Dating Diner hotline, you know where to subscribe, Patreon. Before we wrap it up, one final thing. We have an exclusive box of Dating Diner matches. We don't sell these. We just have a couple of them. And I'd love to give this away to one of you at home. So if you comment down below the secret keyword,
Bananas.
bananas, you will win. If you're the first person to do it, you will win this Dating Diner matchbox.
Let's go.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
We love you.
And we will see you
Next
next
week.
Friday at 10 a.m.
See you then.
Peace.
Bye.